Hey everyone, what is up? You are watching Super Nintendo Collection Quest, the monthly video where I go over my recent Super Nintendo game pickups. I play through each of them a little bit, do a quick little review, see if it's a game I'd like to come back to, and you have a chance to win a free game for the system of your choice. As a kid, I loved my NES, but when I got my Super Nintendo, that was it. Great graphics, sound, and gameplay. I was hooked. Some of my fondest gaming memories are from playing some of the greatest RPG, adventure, action platformer, and multiplayer games on the SNES. It's my goal to own every North American Super Nintendo game released, so follow me on my quest to Super Nintendo completion. Alright, so this month I did get a couple of interesting things for the Super Nintendo. But let's just start off with number 639 in my collection, The Great Waldo Search. I have to admit, I really liked the Where's Waldo books as a kid. I just loved the huge, busy artwork and that they always had more things to look for than just Waldo. Plus, you'd just find new little things every time you opened one of the books, like maybe one of the characters doing something mischievous that you never noticed before. So here we have The Great Waldo Search on the Super Nintendo. Unfortunately, due to the low resolution of the SNES, a hidden object game isn't really what I would consider to be the best fit for the system. Fortunately, they make use of horizontal screen scrolling to expand the search area. I started playing on normal and quickly realized that I need to be playing on expert. Now, aside from finding Waldo, you'll have the option of finding the scroll in each level, along with extra time pickups, hidden bonus points, and Waldo's dog. When you find the dog, you'll be taken to a mini flying carpet game, collecting dog bones for extra points. Also, in expert mode, when you pick up certain time extensions, the game will force you to search for an additional hidden feature before moving on. That being said, even on expert, the game is very simple and it's extremely short, only having 5 levels. I went into this game as a completionist, so I found everything on each level and completed expert in around 10 minutes without having played it previously. Number 640, Gemfire. Gemfire is a medieval war strategy game by Koei. Typically, these types of games on the Super Nintendo take too long for me to get into, especially if you don't have the instruction manual. It's not like today's games with built-in tutorials. But I did find that this one wasn't too difficult to get the hang of, mainly because you can save your game at any point, and there are 2 save slots to utilize. So if you majorly screw something up, or just don't know what you're doing in the beginning, you can go back and reload to a previous point. Basically, in this game, you'll be building up resources and taking over territories. When you enter combat, you'll be taken to this battle grid. The computer AI is a little on the easy side. It's pretty easy to take advantage of their logic in combat. And like I mentioned before, this is a medieval war game, so there will be orcs, wizards, knights, and so on. Not a bad game. I'd probably come back to it at some point to try to get through each of the game's scenarios. Now this one I did not even have in my checklist for some reason, and this is a pretty unique game and accessory. Number 641, the Miracle Piano. And of course, here is the Miracle Piano itself. This keyboard is compatible with NES, Super Nintendo, and PC versions of the software through the use of an adapter cable appropriate for your system. You can, of course, use it as a standalone keyboard as well. It has MIDI in and out ports, headphone jack, and foot pedal port. So the game will take you through a number of lessons to learn to play piano and read sheet music. There are 36 sections of lesson plans, and you can choose which lesson plan you'd like to start on, in case perhaps you already know the basics, or when you come back to resume your progress. In the beginning, you'll start with the very basics, learning where middle C is, finger positioning, etc. There are also a few little mini games that they'll have you play along the way, just to throw a bit of fun into your practicing. Let's just go ahead and check out what they have for us in lesson 36, just out of curiosity. And here are some of the other pieces of music. Alright, so definitely a cool accessory to own. My dad actually used to have one of these for the PC after stores started to discount them. I mean, he was really into Casio keyboards and MIDI stuff back then. I'd never tried the Super Nintendo version until after obtaining this one though, so definitely cool to see the differences and own something that I used to play with growing up as a kid. Now this one is getting to be a little hard to find. I guess they didn't make very many of them, and it's certainly not as fun as it claims to be. But I got number 642, Fun and Games. Fun and Games is another Super Nintendo game that supports the mouse. It's basically some mini games and stuff. Well, I guess let's check out the first option, Paint. Here's the pen tool. This feels pretty good with the mouse. We've got a bunch of different colors to choose from. Paint fill. We've got some different types of music to choose from for some reason. And some pre-made scenes to color. Alright, let's color in this football scene. I think these guys are going to be the Pink Panthers. Apparently there's no brown color. This game appears to be racist. Beautiful. Oh look, we've got stamps. I think we need a mascot. Let's replace the cheerleader. Awesome. I think this guy needs a lady on his head. Ooh, and some palm trees to make it tropical. You know, let's make the mascot look a little more modest and family friendly. Ugh, the blonde clashes with the scoreboard. And there's no brown! I guess we can make her be Jessica Rabbit. Alright, let's see what else we got here. Oh, we have to make the ball an official pigskin. Oh, and this guy totally needs some voluptuous lips. It's my greatest work of art. Too bad this program doesn't have a save feature. Okay, so that's Paint. Let's see what we have in games. Just two games, Mouse Maze and Space Laser. And you don't want to play Mouse Maze with the mouse controller. Alright, much better with the regular controller. So this plays kind of like Pac-Man. You're a mouse trying to collect all of the cheese from each level without letting the cats catch you. Pick up a dog bone to transform you into a dog for a short period of time. As a dog, you can catch the cats and send them back to their home. Unlike Pac-Man though, there are only 25 stages and then it's game over. Space Laser plays better with the mouse. Basically, you'll aim your gun and shoot at the enemy ships. Destroy them all to spawn a worm boss creature. Once you've destroyed him, he'll explode into a bunch more enemies, setting the stage for the next level. Unfortunately, there doesn't seem to be any way to dodge attacks in this game, from what I could find, so you'll just automatically lose after a period of time. Let's go ahead and check out music. Okay, so much like Mario Paint, you can place notes of various instruments, then play it back. You can load some pre-made music, edit it, and so on. Again, no save feature kind of kills this when you could just be playing Mario Paint. Finally, we have Style. Style and stuff and mix and match. Wow, they really got creative here. So Style and Stuff is like a Barbie dress-up game. My favorite part is probably the voices.
Not bad.
Yep, kind of pointless. Mix and match has you put different heads to torsos to legs, I guess to be silly. Okay, so that's fun and games. It doesn't offer enough quality content over Mario Paint, and Mario Paint does have the save feature, which this game is lacking. Will I come back to this and play it again? Mouse Maze was kind of fun, but for any of the other content, probably not. Number 643, Operation Europe Path to Victory. Operation Europe Path to Victory is another war strategy game, again by Koei. You can play 1 or 2 players, and there's a save battery to resume your progress. There are 6 scenarios to choose from, each offering a lot of gameplay. There are a number of differences between the Japanese and North American release of this game. Most notably is the removal of the campaign mode from the North American release. Most likely, someone on the translation team thought we might be sensitive to it, since you could only play as the Nazi Germans in campaign mode. Other changes made to the game were Nazi flags being removed, and when choosing which side you are on, the Allied forces is now the default option. That being said, there is a way to access the campaign mode on a North American cartridge by using a Game Genie code. If you put in the code 6D9A84AF, you'll be able to play the campaign mode by selecting Scenario 1, One Player Game, and then Axis Forces. I find it interesting that the translation for this mode was complete, so they probably just pulled it at the last minute. Now, as far as the actual gameplay goes, I didn't really play this game enough to get into it. It's a very slow-paced game, but I can see how it could be fun if you invested enough time into it. It's just too slow for me. And finally, so glad to have this one in my collection now, number 644, Ogre Battle. I've never actually played Ogre Battle before, and it's not what I was expecting, but that's definitely not a bad thing. I really like this game. So it is a role-playing game, but it plays a little bit different than most. So here you have the world map. This is where you'll select which stage to play next. Each stage is comprised of various towns and temples which can be liberated by your troops, enemy troops, and a boss which you must battle to complete the stage. You'll have several units or troops which you can deploy to fight enemy troops, explore, hold down your liberated towns, guard bottlenecks, or defeat the boss with. There are usually hidden towns and temples in each stage that you'll only discover when moving one of your units near them. Liberating towns awards you a tarot card which can aid you in battle, and you'll earn an amount of additional income with each passing in-game day. Speaking of which, there is a day-night cycle, and time will pass even if you're not moving. But fortunately, this game allows you to plan and assign actions while you have it paused. So if you don't want to unexpectedly get attacked while plotting your next moves, pause your game first with the start button. Once you initiate battle, you'll be taken to a familiar JRPG-style battle sequence where you'll be taking turns attacking. If you're defeated and fail a stage, it's actually not such a big deal. Any experience you've earned during those battles will stay with your troops, and they'll be fully healed and resurrected. Also, any towns or temples you liberated on that stage will still be under your control. So any failed attempt isn't a waste of time because you're still making at least some sort of progress. There's a save battery to save and resume your progress from any of the 3 save slots. This game features quite a bit of content with 25 main stages, 5 hidden stages, 13 possible endings, and secret characters to unlock. Not very many copies of this game were produced since it didn't release in North America until late in the system's life. Because of this, the game was also ported to the PlayStation 1. Although they didn't really do much to improve on the original Super Nintendo release, the PS1 version looks almost identical, but with improved music and the added feature of load times due to it being on CD. Excellent game though on either system. I can't wait to get back to it. Alright, so that is it for this month's Super Nintendo game pickups. I got 6 new games to add to my collection. I'm up to 644 North American Super Nintendo games and have under 80 more to go. Alright, so let's get on to the game giveaway. So this month's winner for the random free game for the system of your choice is Rip Doses. Congratulations. Send me a private message. Let me know which system you'd like your random free game for, and let me know which address you'd like it sent out to, and I'll get it out to you right away. Alright, so if you want to enter next month's game giveaway, all you have to do is be subscribed, so subscribe if you aren't already, like the video, and leave a comment down below in this video, and next month's video I will pick a random winner. Alright, that is it. Thanks for watching, guys. I'll see you later.